Okay.
So we're gonna start the recording. We have 54 folks that are waiting to join.
Okay.
And I'll do a little quick introduction for you, and
Okay.
then you can take it off. How does that sound?
Good. And we have until noon, right?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Good to
And
see
it's
everyone.
11:08. Oh. All right. Are you ready? Do you have any questions?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right. Hang tight. Let me get them all in. Good morning. Good morning. Looks like many are still popping on here.
Good morning. Welcome.
We know the other presentation went just a little longer, so we're just giving a second for everyone to join. So we'll go ahead and get started. My name is Brandy Otto. I'm with the Office of Tribal Relations, and I'm just honored to present Miss Shinoa Igawa. She is Koshalis of the Lummi and Sklallam Nations of Washington State. She's going to guide us through the ancient practice of healing and its connection to our indigenous ways. She is known as a ceremonial leader, a singer, speaker, author, artist, and of course, a teacher. So just a reminder, we're being recorded, and so the chats will be documented as well if you put anything in chat. And then please help me welcome Miss Shinoa Igawa.
Thank you, Brandy. Thank you. It's so good to be here with everyone. And hello to all who are on Zoom here. It took us a minute to find the right Zoom room. But I just want to say it's an honor to be here, and thank you to all the organizers of the conference and to all the tribes that are represented here, and all the people and the places from where you're coming, and the work that we're trying to do together here for the healing and the overall well-being of our people. I'm going to open with a song just because I feel like that's always the important part of our beginning for anything that we do, our work. It's important that we have our spirit, our heart, and our mind and our body showing up for what we're going to be presenting here. So just want to offer a song for the sacred elements. It's a song that I composed with my husband, and just it ties into what we'll be talking about through the Qigong and through our own traditions. So opening with this song for you. So I just want to take a moment to acknowledge, all that which gives us life here, all that we rely upon each day. We rely upon our Mother Earth and our Father Sky. We rely upon the Grandfather Fire, our holy water spirit, the breath of life, the plants, the medicines, the animals, and the cycles and the seasons of life, the stages of life from the time we're born onto this earth, up through our childhood and adolescence into adulthood and to our elderhood and on into the spirit world and the cycles there. And I wanted to let you know that my spirit felt really moved today to come here. And it's that nervous feeling, when I was younger, I used to feel that nervousness. I was a really shy person, and I was afraid to speak in front of people. And then through our ceremonies, I found that the voice, that nervous energy that comes, is like your spirit knows there's something you need to do, and it's really just in response, and let that flow, let that come out, and let your spirit and your heart speak. And so I was feeling that this morning, because it's an incredible honor to bring one of the practices that I've found in my life to this conference and to the work of everyone here. And it's very connected to our teachings as Indigenous peoples, because Indigenous peoples around the world connect to the nature. And we know that we're connected with everything in life, that we're not just standing here as an individual without being taken care of by all of the elements, by our families, by the medicines and foods and plants, the water. In any given moment, we're given life. And we know this in our teachings, we know this in our creation stories, and we know from all of the things that are shared with us around our traditional foods and ways of life, our songs and our prayers. And so here it's connected to Qigong. And I wanted to just say a little bit about what Qi is. And Qi, it means life force. So it's that invisible force that gives life to everything. It's the force that came out from the darkness of the universe before the earth was created. And in some of our creation stories, we talk about the gods that were there in the darkness, and they came upon the blue flame, and they saw that this blue flame was significant, and they brought that, and they let it form, and they saw that the water started to come around that flame. And then we all have our stories about how the earth started to form. And then life, it came from the earth, it came from the sky, it came from the combination of night and day, sun and moon, sun and earth, male and female. And through that, 10,000 things, they say in the Chinese way, they say 10,000 things, but it's actually millions of things, like every kind of life form that we have ever seen or experienced on this earth, from the insects, from the smallest microorganisms up to the largest animals on the planet, are a creation of the combination of this Qi and the life force that comes together to create something unique in each one of us, yet in that uniqueness we're all connected. And so this is what Qigong is. It's about coming back into harmony. Qigong means life force, and Gong means working with the life force. And I think it's a way of life that we all have as Indigenous peoples, that our ancestors knew, and we were walking in harmony naturally because we lived in our environment, and we understood the plants and the animals. We understood the seasons and the time and the timing of the nature, and it's in our language, and it's in each of our languages. And there's health there, because as a part of nature, we're moving with the nature, and so therefore we're open and we're flowing. It's an example that I like to give sometimes, is like taking a river and seeing that river provides so much life, all the way from the top of the mountain all the way down into the valley. All along the way, it gives life to everything. And when we put a dam there, it blocks life, and it constricts the flow, and it stops vitality, it stops life. And so in the Qigong, it's also looking at what is it that is the state of our health as a microcosm of the macrocosm. So I am made of the sun, I am made of the moon, I am made of the stars, I am made of the earth and the water and the fire and the minerals. And so and then my spirit, it comes from there. It comes from these powerful elements. And so the Qigong, it comes from China, and it comes 5,000 years, more than 5,000 years ago. and it's part of the system of Chinese medicine that's about harmony and understanding how that microcosm of our own body is like the macrocosm. So our own veins and our own arteries are like the systems and the networks of the waterways on the planet. And that the energy that we carry is both yin and yang. It's both of the earth and of the sky. And they have a story, just as we have stories. They have a story about the fishermen many thousands of years ago. And for the first time, they came upon a turtle, and they noticed the design on the back of that turtle. And they said, this turtle, there's something really important about the symbols on this shell. And they were so curious about what it was that they ended up sending it on and on and on to the people. And they ended up going all the way to the emperor. And the emperor had his Taoist practitioners, and the Taoist practitioners are the ones that understand the nature of the universe. So it's like our creation stories again. It's the universal laws that were given to us as instructions of how to live in harmony on the earth. And they said, this is the signature of the universe. This is how the nature moves. This is the elements. This is the directions. And so it's this system of wisdom that comes from the creation, from the beginning. And so I came across Qigong because I was having different things going on in my own body, like a lot of back stuff and also like different negativity that was coming at me from different places. I felt like I was always trying to keep going, and then sometimes you come across people who just people or circumstance that just kind of want to block you if you're doing something maybe they don't like, or and I kept feeling like I was being put back down. And I was in a prayer, I was in a ceremony one time, and I said, Creator God, show me our medicine, show me. I know it's here. I know something is here that can help me. It already exists on this earth. And help me to show how I can heal myself. How I don't have to always depend upon finding someone and going somewhere in order to feel like I'm going to be okay. How can I heal my own heart, my own body, my own mind, my own spirit? And it was soon thereafter that the Qigong came to me by way of a friend, and the way it opened was really magical. And I went into one of the classes, and there's a woman I study with her. She's from China, and she carries a lineage just as our native people carried lineages of healing ways and medicines that span back for thousands of years. And I came into her class, and I took like a retreat for 8 days, and I felt the change in me in 8 days. I felt it. And I said, this has to be a part of what I need to commit to, because it's going to help me. I know this. And we were in class, and she said, this is your health insurance. This is your life insurance. This is your happiness. This is your longevity. And she said, through this, you can practice up until you're an elder, till your last day of your life. You can be a teacher, you can keep working, and when it's time to pass on, you can lay down and go to bed and take a nap, and your spirit can move on without all the suffering. And I was like, sign me up. That's what I want. And it was not so much like, it was something that rang a bell, like it was paying attention to things that people say, and sometimes it's a message for you. And so I got into that and said, this is going on my calendar, and began to go through a series of teaching so that I could become a teacher of Qigong, which is where I'm at now. And in the introduction, the description, I talked about explaining how this can help our mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual health and well-being, and the things that we're dealing with that often don't get discussed in the modern world, or in school, or in a lot of homes around the world probably. But the foundation of the practice is really about the way that as human beings we come into the world in a really pure way, and then as we are wide open, our antenna is wide open, and our memory is awake, and we know many things even though we're children, babies, and we can't speak. And then as we go through the world, that door starts closing. You actually have a soft spot on the top of your head, babies, and then when it starts closing, that's the antenna. It kind of closes, and then we get shut into this world that's kind of more like a box, and it's described and defined for us in a way that we forget about the sovereign spiritual beings that we are, and we forget about the infinite potential that is there for us. And this is coming back into harmony, coming back into remembering, coming back into the innate healing capacity that we each were born with, and the healing hands that we have here, and how these healing hands are connected to our heart. And the heart is here, and then there's a line that connects, it goes down the arm, and it comes right into the center of the palm, and then it goes up into the middle finger, and that's the pericardium channel. That's the protection around the heart. And then here on the pinky, that one goes down and goes all the way to here to the heart. Again, that's the heart channel. So when we then in our stories, we know we're the five-fingered people, we're the star people, that we have this connection. Our hands are antennas. Our hands are they work for how we prepare our food, how we create our art, how we make our medicine, how we care for our children, how we give our love through these hands, how we work with our hands. And in the world, we're forgetting how to work with our hands in the modern world too, where we used to create all of our things that we would make, and they weren't just for use. They were beautiful, and they had meaning, and they had a spirit, and they had art, and they had something spiritual in them. And so again, these fingers, these hands, if you just want to raise your hands and just lifting up and just feeling each one of your fingers going back into the palm. And these movements here, each of these fingers are connected to different organs in the body. And some of the diseases that we have now of the mind, of the forgetfulness, you can bring healing to your mind by moving your fingers. And so there's different ways that you can, like put the sides of your hands together and just bringing them in, and then turning your hands over, and then just one by one opening them. And a person who has dementia or some other memory diseases, they won't be able to move those fingers like that, or it'll be an onset of some mental issue that could arise, but you can heal it and reverse it through the movement. And again, it's like the unblocking and the opening and the flow again. And so also this has to do, the Qigong has to do, like our own traditions, it has to do with the seasons, and how our foods and our lifestyle are connected to the harmony of the seasons. So what food we used to eat was the food that was there when it was the right time. What food is there in the summer that is presented to us in the nature of our world that we live in locally. And that food is medicine. The food is the first medicine. The water is the first medicine, and all the other pills, those are not really medicine. Those are ones that are kind of like masking the root of the problem. And so in Qigong, it's like going back to the root of the problem, and the root is often in the heart. So they say 70 to even up to 100% of all of the problems come from a blockage in the heart, which can come from trauma or hurt or some kind of incident that caused the preciousness and the sensitivity of a child's heart or of a person's heart, that they couldn't take that trauma, and then they put a block there, or somehow that thing blocked it. And then that, they say, that's like the emperor of the body, or the ruler of the body. When the heart is happy and the spirit is happy, then the body functions really well together. And that this is your first family, is your 5 organs. And so the organs are related to the seasons. The organs are related to the negative emotions. So for instance, the lungs are the sadness and the grief that people feel. A lot of times there's a blockage in the lungs. If there's a lot of hurt and sadness and sorrow. And then in the heart, it's like a stress and anxiety, overexcitement That is the harming emotion that can damage the heart and block the heart. In the kidneys, it's the fear. It's the fear and the fright that you get. And so when you're afraid to step out and to express yourself or to try something new, or there's a fear in the kidneys, and this comes from our life, but it also can come through our DNA. And then the liver is the liver is anger. And so when we're overly angry, that means that the liver is tight and the liver's not flowing, and the liver wants to be smooth so that it can purify and cleanse the blood. And then the stomach and the spleen, when we have lots of worry, that's where we have problem, is our stomach, our digestion. And so Qigong, again, it addresses these negative emotions and how to clear them through the movements, and how to reconnect ourselves with the elements that we're made of. And so I just wanted to maybe guide you through some movements, and then also have some time for Q&A, because I feel like it's important to hear from you guys and what your interests might be. But I feel that the healing potential of this, and a way of acknowledging each and every person that would want to try Qigong and see how it is, in order to help with overall mental, emotional, physical, and spiritual healing and well-being, that this is, for me, I've seen it has limitless power. That's what I've seen. There's no end to what this possibility is, and that's our true nature. That is our true nature. That's really what we are. We're not limited the way that maybe we grow up and we feel a limit put on us. That is not us. That is some coming from the outside. So a lot of it also becomes down to protection. What kind of chi is healthy? What kind of chi is not healthy? So there's both. There's the quality of chi. So the healthy chi is vitality and flow and freshness. So you can think of the air that travels on top of a fast moving river, and that it's making everything circulate and flow. And when something happens, you can let go of it easy. It doesn't knock you down and then you just fight with it for days or years, or you can release it and let it move with the flow. The unhealthy one is like a bog, where a bog would be like the water doesn't circulate at all, and then you get bugs and it gets real smelly, and then that's when different things start forming. And so it's about opening that flow. So I'll stop there, because I was thinking, how am I going to just limit this to an hour, and then we got a little shorter time, so I better keep moving. Anyway, if you guys want to sit or stand, we can do that. You can do either. And I just want, if you're standing, you can you can just put your hands over your lower belly, and just, first of all, just kind of feel into your own state, how you feel right now. Do you feel relaxed? Do you feel sleepy? Do you feel tired, or do you feel interested, or what is that state? And then we're going to just take a few breaths, so thinking about the breathing, and how that's like that circulation that's moving on top of the river. So putting the hands here, there's a breath called abdominal breathing, and a lot of times we just breathe right here into the lungs. But now we're going to go and try and bring the air all the way down to the lower belly, so you can expand the belly on the inhale through the nose, and then exhale, you draw the abdomen back and kind of lifting the abdomen and drawing it in, and exhale out the mouth. And through that process, you can release any kind of toxins or negativities that you might, or things that you don't feel right about. So we can take a few of those. So inhaling through the nose and expanding the belly. And then exhale and drawing the belly in, exhale out the mouth. Inhale through the nose and filling the belly, taking a full breath. Exhale and drawing that belly in and back. Exhale out the mouth. And let's inhale for a 5 count through the nose. Exhale for 10 and draw the belly back. And again for 5 in. And exhale out. One more in for 5. And exhale for 10. Just beginning by stabilizing and then oxygenating the body. And then we're just going to slowly start to shake the hands. So you can kind of be doing like a little circle with the wrists. And you're just going to shake as if you're shaking something that's sticking off of you. And you're able to release it. It's coming down the shoulders and out the arms, off the fingertips. And so we're just going to start by just shaking gently. Fingers, wrists, elbows, arms. And then we'll come to the side. So you can go to the left or the right. And then back. And then coming to the front again, and then just shaking the fingertips out in the front of you. So just kind of a little bit to the front. And keeping your shoulders relaxed and down. And then we can go out to the side. And then up ahead, up above the head. And you can maybe, if you can only come to here, just go to here, but keep the shoulders down and the hands relaxed. And keep your breath moving. You can in through the nose and out through the mouth if you want. Then shaking down by the sides, and then we're going to just bring a gentle pump to the heels. So you're just kind of lifting your heels off the floor and just shaking. And again, this is, sending, you can release a lot of stress here. And all the energy that we don't need goes back into the earth through the feet, through the fingers and hands. And the earth has the wisdom on how to create beauty from our compost. So you don't have to worry about feeling like you're letting down something that you don't want to give back to the earth. And then back up front, side and down, and then just close your eyes and come to a standstill and take a deep inhale through the nose. You can feel maybe your hands are tingling. Maybe you can feel the circulation. If you feel the tingling in your hands, bring it through your arms and through your body and let it go to every part of your body, to your mind. And then we're going to go slowly, just begin twisting. So you can lift this back foot so that you don't strain your knee. So you can just start by just tapping. So the back hand is going and tapping the kidneys in the back. And the kidneys are the foundation. They're connected to the oceans, to the water, to the purification. They're connected to our lifespan. And so tapping the kidneys and activating the kidney chi. And then you can go just to the low ribs, and there's liver points there, liver and gallbladder. Again, just tapping. And if you need to sit, you can just sit, and you can just be tapping just like this in your chair. So this practice you can do with elders who aren't able to stand, or people who may be injured and aren't able to stand. You can do seated Qigong. And then you come up to right under the shoulder collarbone here, and there's lung points there. the season for the lungs is the fall, which is what we're in now. And we're almost going to be transitioning into the winter, which is kidney season. And so in Qigong, you take care of the organs of that season. And if you do that, you're able to strengthen them because they receive extra energy at that time of year. And then coming up over the shoulder and just tapping. So I'm just tapping the top here like this. So if you're seated, you can just do it this way. And if you're standing, just turning. And this, we collect a lot of stress and tension at the shoulder. It's called the shoulder well. And it connects with the water system of the kidney channel and goes deep into the earth, connects into the earth through the bottom of the feet. So this point needs to be open for good circulation of the body, of the water system of the body, the blood. And then coming back down. And then down to the gallbladder, liver, and kidneys, and then we'll slowly come to a standstill. And then again, just close your eyes and just feel into your body from the bottom of your feet, through your legs, through your spine, through your arms and hands and your head, the top of the head. Your feet root down into the earth like the trees, like the old growth. Putting your roots down into the earth, and then from the top of the head, reaching out to the sky, to the sun, the moon, the stars, the planets. And then we're going to do a little movement to kind of indicate where we're going to bring this energy from. So massage your hands first. As I was saying, this warms up the heart. There's a fire hands one where you open the fingers and then you just rub the palms. So this builds the fire. Warm your hands up quicker. And then you can just wash your face first. So just putting Qi on the face. There's a lot of meridians and energy pathways through the face. Digestion, stomach, the ears, the kidneys, and then combing the hair. So you can shake the hands out. So it's like you can clean the face with the energy too. And then bring Qi again. Bring the life force. And then guiding the life force through the hair. So you can just take the fingertips and this go through the center of the brain. In our world today, there's a lot of overthinking. There's a lot of stimulation from our devices. There's a lot of bad news all the time. There's a lot of worry, and so this clears the fire from the mind. So we want a cool mind and a warm belly and warm feet. So you want the upper body more cool and the lower body warm. And then you can go to the side, and this side part is the gallbladder channel that helps the liver. And then all of the fascia of the body, you can go around the ears. This is tapping into the fascia system of the body. And the Qi travels on the fascia layer. And then regulating the blood pressure, so you can take two fingers like this, and one goes behind and one in front, and then massage. So this helps regulate blood pressure. It helps with hearing. It's activating hearing points around the ears. Okay, we'll just do those few points for the face, but there's lots of different ones. And then we're going to draw Qi up from the earth. So this is a movement called showering Qi. And you could just, if you're seated, that's great. Just keep your back straight. If you're standing, you have your feet about shoulder width apart and your knees are just slightly bent. And then your hold, like your energy, you have an energy field that's riding on the surface of your body. And so here you can bring it together in like a shape of a ball, and then you can open and inhale. You inhale from shoulder, elbow, wrists, and fingers. You're drawing earth chi up, and then turn and exhale and bend the knees slightly. And then inhale, gathering the sky, so you could gather the sun. And then illuminate the top of your head with the sun. Your mind, your brain, the right and left hemisphere, the eyes, the throat, your voice, your heart, all your organs, internal organs, down the legs, down the feet, back into the earth, and leaving it there in the earth, and then holding the light of it's called the Wei Qi field. It's your protective layer, part of the immune system. Inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, gathering. You can gather the moon. The other night was the full moon, and you can bring that light into your body and let it travel and cleanse and clear your field. And then again, inhale. Inhale through the nose, exhale, and then inhale. So let's just do a couple more of those. So this is, you can clear your energy, and you can also scan your body with this when you practice it. So you can find out where is something going on here within me. I can find out through my own practice. Inhale, and then exhale, turn. In, down, scanning the chi. That also helps lower blood pressure. It's really simple, but it has a lot of profound benefits. And then if we're just going to gather from the earth, you can gather, and the energy comes up through the bottom of the feet, just beneath the balls of the feet, and then inhale the earth energy up to the heart, and then turn and circulate. Inhale, exhale, in, and then we're going to go up to the earth, the sky, and gather from the sky, and then come down again. Inhale, you can do palms up this time. Out, coming back down, again, inhale, and then coming back to the lower belly. You always come back here. This is where the gut brain is, our instinct, our wisdom. 95% of everything in the seen and unseen world is the wisdom that resides here. And they say this part up here, this first brain, is only 4 to 5%. So through our practice, we want to activate the wisdom of the subconscious and then give it to this one that thinks it's so smart up here. Okay, so now exchanging energy. So from here, so we are constantly exchanging energy from the earth and the sky, the way that you see the precipitation happen on a cold morning when the sun rises and there's mist on the ground and it rises up into the clouds as the heat of the sun hits it. So this is what's happening in our body. So we inhale, turn the palms away from each other. So one goes to the sky, one goes to the earth, and now you're circulating just like you would a cloud and the sun and the water. And then turn, and then inhale, turn the palms, and then exhale, palms face each other, coming back to the center, and we're in the center between the earth and the sky. Then you turn the chi, and then inhale, inhale, and then exhale. Inhale, turn the palms, inhale, and then exhale. And one more time. So this is a movement that would help with the circulation. Say there's people with too much fire in the mind or swelling in the legs. Maybe the chi isn't rising to the heart. And then here, coming back into the lower belly. Okay. And then there's a way to take a chi shower. So they say you take a shower all the time and you wash the outside of your body and your hair and everything. But on the inside of the body, it needs to be cleansed too. And it doesn't, we don't really acknowledge that part a lot of times. So first we're just going to do one where you go out, put your arms out to the side. And again, just have your shoulders down. And then you're going to tap. So inhale, the arms extend, exhale. And these are all just simple warm-ups, so there's only so much I can show you in the amount of time I have. So sorry about that. And in. And then we'll do a shortened version. Then there's a tapping of the lung points. And this is to strengthen the lungs, which is the immune system again. So you inhale with loose fists here, right beneath the collarbone. And then exhale and sweep down. So you're dropping off any toxins and then you're gathering energy. And then inhale. And then exhale. So sometimes when we're doing the full practice of that, you do 39 times, but we'll shorten it today. And then you do the shaking again to release all the energy. This also helps to build new blood cells, this simple movement of shaking. And when you see animals, they shake all the time. Like your dog will get up from taking a nap and they'll shake and then they stretch. And so a lot of this wisdom also comes from the nature and the animals too. And then inhaling up. So you're reaching up for the skies, chi, and then that chi is going to shower down upon you and cleanse. So with your mind, you send the energy into your body. They talk, the quantum physicists talk now, we know that we're not actually solid, we're mostly made up of space and frequency and vibration. Then here, so you cross your wrists here and then turn, and then you come up over the head. Inhale, exhale. So you're sweeping your body, just like if you were to do like a smudge. This is like using your hands to smudge yourself, and you work with the nature, the sky, and then down to the earth. So you cleanse the body and then you bring fresh chi back up to the heart, to the shoulders, the arms, turn the wrists, and then up over the head, and down, and then coming back up. Okay, so I think I'm going to stop there. We only have 9 minutes and I just want to leave time for questions or comments. So a lot of times to close, you can just gather the chi again. And if you want, you can bring the hands in together, the palms together, and come back down to the heart. And this motion of what they call the prayer hands is actually your mother and your father and you in the middle as one. It's also all of the elements that came into play at the time of your conception, and acknowledging and honoring them and honoring your own heart. So thank you guys for practicing a little sample of Qigong, and I just wanted to open it up and see if there's any questions from anyone.
Thank you so much. Anyone have any questions? We got lots of hearts and thank yous.
Oh, thanks guys.
I just wanted to share with you, so I didn't grow up super strong in my culture as a Native American, but I remember I was maybe 15 or 16 and I started reading the Tao Te Ching,
Uh-huh.
and it really resonated with
Yeah.
me, and I didn't really know why. I've always kind of thought that I even have a yin and yang, because I was like,
Yeah.
this is so powerful. It's the only spiritual teaching, kind of religious teaching that I've ever related to, and so I'm really excited to learn more about this practice, and I think it will tie in together a lot of the different aspects of the Tao and being Native American
Mm-hmm.
and
I,
practicing
I
that.
feel that too. There's a lot, I think of the essence of truth, the essence of truth. And not just one culture on the earth has the truth. Everybody has a piece of the truth and the essence of the teaching of the truth. And when you come across the truth, no matter where it's from, and especially if it's involved with the nature, because the nature is what we're all made of, and so it transcends borders, it transcends what makes us different, and it brings us what do we have in common. We all need to breathe. We all need water. We all need food. We all need the sun. We all need to sleep at night. It's like we're beings of something greater, and it gives you the bigger picture. But when it's the truth, it fits into all the cultures that carry the truth. That's what I found too. Yeah. Yeah.
One of the questions, or I guess the comment, do you have any tutorials that we can use to continue this practice?
I'm teaching a class, and I think there's also there's a plant curriculum. I should have gotten the link for that, but I can give that to the organizers, because I did some simple movements that go along with the native plant program. And like willow for existence is flexibility, and so we did different movements. Okay, this increases flexibility. This is a Qigong movement. It goes along with the medicine and the spirit of this plant. And so we did several little videos like that we can get the name of. And then the class I teach on Tuesdays and Thursdays on Zoom, in the Zoom room.
Okay, we can put that on our website too. So
Okay, okay.
if you wanted
But
to
I mean,
send,
but the other thing is just like, I don't know if we gather in person very often anymore, but I'm open to being at different conferences and having more time to guide people through an actual practice and share a lot of the teachings about it. And that's also something I'm open to.
I just want to read a couple of comments in the chat for you. Thank you. This was grounding and lovely. I appreciate you sharing Qigong,
Qigong, yeah,
Qigong with us. And then another comment was, this was great. My body is on fire. Thank you.
that's great.
This made me feel really good. Thank you for that. I mean, it just goes to
Oh,
show that,
nice.
yeah, everyone thought this was very wonderful. I'm not reading them all, but that's a lot of them. And then
Okay.
Talina was able to put the plant teachings toolkit in our link.
Okay, thank you,
That's in our
Tlina.
chat box there.
I had a question about how the deep breathing, because I'm a singer, so we do that frequently with lower abdomen and deep breathing. But does breath control and holding your breath for periods of time, is that part of this? Because I'm so used to doing that for
There's a lot of
not
different, yeah.
not bragging, but I've worked up to inhaling and holding for about 30 seconds, releasing slowly for about a full minute of that. So I just wanted to know, because that's, my mind wanted to go right to that.
There's a lot of different breathing techniques.
Okay.
And there's one called Shihu breathing that is so powerful. It just is, you go inhale, inhale, exhale, exhale, and you do that like 30 times. And then you inhale, exhale, and you do that twice. And then you inhale, exhale, and then you hold empty. And then you can focus your energy wherever you want it. And you can say you're having heart issues, or you're having stomach issues, or you're, something in your body. You can direct that energy really powerfully. So there's a lot. And then there's a reverse abdominal breathing that's for digestion. There's holding the breath full, there's holding the breath empty, there's like alternate nostril breathing, like in yoga too. So yeah, there's a lot of different techniques. One thing I just wanted to add before we run out of time too, the thing I love about the practice is it's about getting rid of negativity in the way that we think, and it's about honing positivity and joy and happiness, and how happiness and positivity is also like a habit you have to build. And so it's like it's something that helps you realize that when you change the way you think and you change the way that you see things, the world changes with you. So they say, some people say there's different realms that we're walking on this same earth depending on your mindset. And so there's a freedom in the power of being positive, a freedom in teaching our children how to do that, and all people how to do that. And then believing, like they say in the Western way, they say seeing is believing. I think in our native way and in the Qigong practice, they would say, no, it's believe it and then you're going to see it. It's not seeing it is believing it. You don't have to prove everything by seeing it, because most of the world is invisible. And so believe it, and then you manifest it, then it's going to be there. And so whether we're positive or negative, we're manifesting all the time. So if we're really stuck in negativity, we keep getting negativity. And if we can change that, we can become more positive, then what we project out, we're going to be receiving back. So I think this goes into all of our stories as well. And yeah, so I just wanted to say that important part, because that's something really, really important about the practice too.
I'll close in this comment that was made from Miss Tina. It says, thank you so much for making sense of my health issues and connecting me to my organs and nature and flow. I think that's just really powerful.
That's
You
great.
brought that for us today, so I really appreciate it.
Oh, thanks. Thank you. That's awesome. Well, I appreciate you guys taking the time, and I appreciate being invited. Thank you so much. And I hope there was some good bits for you, and maybe we'll get to oh, I see somebody's in Hawaii over there. That looks nice. But I hope that we can get together more, and I can share more, and be something hopeful and positive to bring to all the work that's being done. There's a lot of good work being done here. So thank you guys so much.
Thank
Good to see
you.
everyone.
So you guys are on lunch break, and then you have an hour. So at 1 o'clock, we'll start again. And then the agenda and the details are in the chat box for a reminder. Hope you all have a good lunch.
See you guys.
See you, Shanoa. Thanks so
Okay,
much.
good to see you,
you.
Talina.
You
Thank
too.
you. Good to
Yep.
see you, Raina and Brandy.
Shall I stop recording now?